Ja mensen, het is tijd om terug te gaan naar de plaats waar we al eerder waren. Maar toen kwamen we in één keer nog wat sidequestjes tegen waar ik niet op gerekend had. Nu is het dan toch de tijd om de Thunder Drum te betreden. En daar op zoek te gaan naar wat er nou eigenlijk aan de hand is met de spirits en de demons. En ja, ik ben benieuwd. De Banook een beetje helpen. Praten met Aratak. Is dit Aratak? Nee, Aratak. Die staat hier.
Long Notch is well stocked, as you asked. But our purpose was to take back the mountain. Now what?
Stay prepared. Sharpen your spears. Should we not return, defending the cut falls to you. If our chieftain agrees with this course.
Sounds like good advice, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Chieftain?
The weight of command is no small burden.
I can see that.
Nou, even wat informatie opdoen voordat we actie gaan voeren.
Why should I? This is what she wanted. To return to Thunder's drum. It is her only care. So I should have known she would find a way to push aside my spear.
Wat ik wel bijzonder vind, is dat hij ons dat pak heeft gegeven, omdat wij nu de chieftain zijn. Maar hij heeft dus zelf ook nog dat pak aan.
What happened to Araya when she was a captive of the Karja?
As a shaman, she's adept with machines. Tracking them, stunning them. The Karja used her to capture them for the Sun Ring, where they were unleashed upon the innocent. They made her part of their blood sport. The shame she suffered beneath their pitiless sun.
She survived.
She endured. Endured by reminding herself of the spirit, her purpose. And now that's all she has.
Waarom willen we haar dan niet ondersteunen?
Rhea led the way to the summit, but it was blocked by a great door, some kind of cauldron, new metal. We tried to break through, but it was unflinching. We were exhausted, no way forward and machines behind. I made the call to push back. It cost us greatly. But to remain would have cost us everything. I had hoped to never subject Araya to that again.
Maar wij kunnen die deur in.
What do you think is beyond that door?
I do not know. That expanse of metal, that dead hum. Nothing sacred belongs there. Machines and death. That's what the mountain holds. Death for us or for the Daemon.
Go for the Daemon.
If we do find the spirit.
Then perhaps we should put it out of its misery.
For what it's worth, I'm glad you're coming.
We zijn blij dat we zo'n strijder aan onze zijde hebben.
Someone has to keep Araya safe.
Kom maar, Aratak. Gaan. We move. Dit is ook weer zo'n kasteel. Staan ze.
All the winters, Aloy.
Lekker barbecuen voordat we de strijd aangaan.
My chance to reunite with the spirit and perhaps to reunite her with the blue light. It's not a chance I would have had alone. I needed an outsider. Someone ignorant of our ways, but no. Not ignorant.
Are you trying to thank me, Araya?
Yes, of course. That's what you do. Untangle knots. Create possibilities. Thank you for making this pilgrimage possible. I only wish it had not been necessary to humiliate Aratak. You were wise to let him come. He's earned the right. Stubborn as stone, but he's had to be. The war demanded it. And so have I.
Aratak told me you were a captive of the Karja for a long time. It sounded bad.
For Aratak, it all
Captives zijn dus sowieso niet prettig.
He thinks the Karja changed me. They did not. They merely sharpened my focus.
Zij is wel
When all else
standvastig.
is lost, you think about what's truly important. The spirit. The blue light. The beyond.
Misschien gaat ze ons toch nog iets vertellen over
And my brother
Silence.
too. Every time I felt the chill northern wind, I thought of him. Worried for him.
Want zij weet wel dingen van Silence.
What did the war do to Aratak?
He cut away everything until only his true self remained. Unyielding ice. No Banuk has more sheer will. He fought the Karja for 1,000 freezing nights, yet always rallied his hunters at sunrise. It is said he endured 23 wounds in those years. His hunters counted them. He never complains of one. Instead, he complains that life with me is harder. He's right. What have I ever given him but struggle?
Ja, ja, ja.
What are we gonna find up
We
there?
eindigen met Silence.
Ruins, machines, and a door, like that of a cauldron. I have faith that you can find a way through it, Aloy.
Ik denk
For
dat de
beyond
deur
it
gewoon voor
lies
ons
the
open gaat.
spirit.
Dan doen die Cauldron deur ook.
I know I can find her there. Though I do not doubt that Daemon has tried to hide the way.
Now that I'm chieftain of the Werak, I don't suppose I can order you to tell me about Silence?
Aratak would never have presumed to grasp for a secret of the Conclave, but you are not Aratak, and if you have dealt with Silence, your need is well apparent. Silence came to Ban-Ur from the distant north, a young shaman of the Owl's Watch, a remote Werak that rarely comes south to parley.
Silence was a shaman.
It was, or at least when we sent runners to ask
Ja,
the Owl's
Silence was een
Watch.
shaman,
they
daar waren we
said he
zelf ook
was.
al achter.
His knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and he was hungry to trade what he knew to the rest of us. It didn't take him long to gain the trust of the Conclave, and eventually, an invitation to attend.
What about you? Did you trust him?
No. But he impressed me. He carried himself with poise and authority. I wanted to learn from him, but that was not to be. He was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the Malmstrom, a month's march from Ban-Ur. He met with us there, as is custom at high winter. But when we next returned, the caves had been looted. Relics of the old world stolen. Holes cut in ice and metal.
Yeah, that'd be Silence, all right.
He vanished with the spoils. We
Spullen
sent our
gejat van de
best
Banuk.
trackers after him.
Wat een klootzak.
None returned. And when we checked back with the Owl's Watch, those who had vouched for him were gone. As though he never existed. Some in the Conclave began to doubt he was even Banuk to begin with.
And what do you think?
He committed an unforgivable sacrilege. He's unscrupulous and dangerous. But also brilliant, skilled, and knowledgeable without equal. Except, perhaps, for you. Anyone else I would warn off, but you may be able to treat with him safely. Just don't lower your guard.
I'll keep that in mind, Horea. Thanks.
Nou, actie.
It hasn't been easy for you, Horea. Getting back to this point.
It was all to hear her voice again. This time, we both will.
I'd like that.
Are you ready then? Once we ascend, it will be hard to turn back.
Ja. Barbecue.
Finally, we ascend.
How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
No, brother!
Een geheime doorgang die daar al die tijd al was. Ze wapperen de warmte daarin, waardoor de berg smelt. Het is een vreemde techniek, maar hij lijkt te werken.
The spirit awaits.
It's not all that waits.
Fog has been detected within the facility. This is not a drill. Please remain calm and proceed to the nearest exit. I repeat, this is not a drill.
So you see,
Please remain
I
calm
too can
and
call upon the
proceed
power
to
of
the
the old
nearest
ones.
exit.
Nou, daar gaan we.
What was this place? The spirit once told me that this all used to be part of its domain. A fortress that defended humankind from terrible danger.
Fortress. It looks more like a machine.
Is that not fitting?
Door itempjes.
The blue light often dwells in machines.
Let's just hope that some remains here.
Supply crate, er zit verder niet heel veel bijzonders in. Deze deur kan ik niet in, ik moet hier omhoog, denk ik.
Here, up and over.
Daar. Ja, lore itempje. Kenny's homecoming. Oh, hier kan ik klimmen. Ja. Er zit ook een beest.
Machines. At least we have the drop on them.
Letterlijk, let op. Must climb higher and the path will become clear. Aan die kant moet ik klimmen. Het is normaal, joh.
Yes, this way.
Ik schreeuw als een bejaarde tegen mij. Het is normaal, joh. We lopen hier gewoon.
Not much farther now.
Hier is een kleine doorgang. En daar zijn heel veel beesten. Die gaan wij allemaal aanpakken.
We fought our way through there, but machines overcame us. We retreated, dropping supplies and taking losses.
Oh ja, er liggen ook nog wat
Now we
lichamen.
must prevail, with only 2 warriors and a shaman to protect.
Aloy is no ordinary warrior. And I can hold my own. Even so, we could go that way instead. There are machines up there, but also cover. We could stay hidden, at least for a while.
Alright, I get the options. I'll follow my lead.
Oh, kunnen we kiezen. Stealth of gewoon frontaal? Ja, we nemen de stealth optie.
I went this way years ago, looking for cover in case machines came around. I have no doubt that it's guarded now, but
Threats can be seen. stalkers. Go. Where are you going?
Kijk, die stalker kan ik misschien soms niet zien als hij onzichtbaar is, maar hij kan mij ook niet zien als ik hier zit. En dan kan ik hem wel een critical stealth attack geven als hij weer terugloopt. Kijk.
There's chill water running through those massive pipes. Why?
Scrapper.
Be wary of mines. There's stalkers in here. We tripped a mine. Brace yourself.
Ja, we tripped a mine. Ik heb helemaal geen mine getript. Jij zeker. Ik loop hier gewoon ongezien hoor. Aanpak. De man heeft loonlek, die we net gekild. Dit is de route.
There's a door up ahead. Refuge. We're almost through.
Cauldron door. Dus het is daadwerkelijk een cauldron dan waar we naartoe gaan. Dat was toch niet de verwachting. Supply crate. Ja, dat is allemaal niet zo heel spannend. Ik kan nog wat healing dingen meenemen.
Is this a projector?
Thank you for being here, everyone.
Anita Sandoval.
Have cocktails inside an active volcano, right? Unless you're George, and I can hardly blame him for drinking on the job. None of this would be here without our beloved director, Kenny Chow. So, here's to you, Kenny. You put a cork in the Yellowstone caldera. I'd say you deserve a margarita.
Hold your glasses, everyone. I'd like to add something. This effort wouldn't have been possible without our lead programmer. Thank you, Anita, for bringing us our real mastermind, Cyan.
I'll second that, Director.
Cyan, dus dat is gewoon net zo'n soort ding dan als ik ga, ja.
The current count is 1654.
Spirit, ja. Spirit. Cyan is the spirit.
Here's to 1654 more years without an eruption.
It was the spirit with the old ones. I could only grasp some of what they said.
You were right, Araya. This place was built to stop something terrible. And it worked. As for the spirit, I'm starting to get an idea of what it could be.
The door is open now. We can get through.
hem in zijn oog schiet, is die mis. Waarom schiet ik mis? Waarom schiet ik niet? Zelfs. Hier. Eerst schoot ik mis en toen schoot ik niet. Ja, dit is effectiever. Nieuwe pijltjes maken. Op naar de deur. Override the cauldron door. Ja, override is niet nodig, toch? Of ja, we misschien wel. Dit is natuurlijk een andere cauldron dan degene die we gewend zijn. Dus die reageert niet op mijn... Oh, hold.
More machines. Make ready.
The demonic thunderjaw. Staart eraf. Kun eraf. Rugding eraf. Dat is de tactiek hè, met die thunderjaws. Al die onderdelen eraf knallen. Oh, in mijn bek geslagen worden. Dat is ook een goede tactiek. Sla hem op zijn bek. Sla hem op zijn bek.
Songs of deeds, but that battle.
Mogen we nu naar binnen?
is a verse worth singing.
Pijltjes maken? Ja. En
Now,
dan naar
Aloy,
binnen.
the door. Can you open it?
Let's find out.
De deur opent zich. Er is hier allemaal corruption.
Years have passed since I stood here. Since then, the Daemon has taken over.
It's like an infection. Attacking all this machinery.
Everything is
Kunnen wij wel wat aan doen?
twisted. The path I took to get to the spirits lost to us.
We'll find a new path, Araya. I promise. All right. Let's go.
Yes, finish this.
Completed side quest Firebreak. Ah, het volgende deel van deze quest is een volgende quest. Nou, dan stel ik voor dat we daar ook gewoon een nieuwe video van maken. Dan zie ik jullie graag in dat deel. Doei doei!